Happy New Year, and thanks for joining us for the first 2019 episode of Impats. Impats is a show about immigrants and expats doing creative work in places far from home. I'm your host, Aaron Barber. I'm a comedian and an actor originally from Austin, Texas, and now currently based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This week, our guest is Sam C. from Singapore. Sam is a fantastic comedian and one of the very best hosts in the business. He also produces Roast Night, one of the best and meanest roast battles I've ever seen in my life. With his expertise in mind, Sam sat down with the Impats to discuss one of our favorite topics, rivalries. Just a note on this episode, we had a bit of an issue with one of our mics and the audio isn't quite up to our usual standard. Sorry about that, we'll sort it out by the next episode. Hopefully any lack in audio fidelity is made up by our quality content. Let's kick things off with a clip from Sam. So thanks for joining us, and please enjoy the 5th episode of Impats.
But I mean, Singapore TV, as all the locals and expats can agree, it's a bit weird. Singapore TV is weird. Like a few years ago, Singapore came up with a game show, and it was called Say the Word. Not kidding with you, 100% true. The premise of this challenging Singaporean game show, it was to pronounce words correctly. Yeah, that is an actual challenge for us. Other countries have challenging game shows like survive on an island for 30 days. Get through a ninja challenge in 3 minutes. Singaporeans' idea of a challenge is, oh, can you pronounce the word properly? You cannot.
Happy New Year, and welcome to the very first episode of 2019, Impats. Coming at you. This is your host, Aaron Barber. Let's go around the table and see who we have this week, starting with our very special guest, Sam C.
Hi, I'm very special guest, Sam C. I'm speaking in this way because Aaron's speaking in this way as well.
This is how we talk all the time.
Yeah, but this is extra host voice. Hi, I'm Aaron Barber. Hi.
Wow. Did we miss the cocaine at the beginning or something? What?
Yeah, I think there was a whole mountain of what I thought was powdered sugar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wow, you guys, it's too early in the afternoon for this much enthusiasm. Could we dial it down?
No, we will not. We may not.
Okay.
What's your name, stranger?
Come on, Sam, we're friends. It's Nuha, still brown, still an immigrant, haha.
And my name is Rakib, still a local, although at this rate, probably not for long.
Because you're getting deported or you're dying?
We'll see.
Yeah, with him, you can never tell, really.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I was glad you guys were here. Now I'm just in the middle of it. But no, I'm excited this week. It's a perfect segue because we're talking about rivalries between countries, between individuals. And Sam, being from Singapore, you guys have a bit of a rivalry with Malaysia, right?
Well, we could call it a rivalry. I mean, it used to be, Singaporeans and Malaysians was kind of... is this a PG podcast? May I swear? Or not swear?
You can.
We like to put shiz on each other.
Oh, wow.
Trying to find... No, that sounds even worse. We sort of like make fun of each other and insult each other. This is what used to be back in the day, and now of late it seems to be Malaysia, everything small as Singapore does, Malaysia just gets angry and calls us dogs and tries to poison the water.
Wow.
And I have to ask the Malaysians, like, what's going on, guys? Like, what happened to you?
What do you mean try to poison the water? We've been doing it for years.
Yeah,
You've built up an immunity, it's backfired.
Yeah, it's gone so bad, we have to pee in our own water to get the poison. We just miss the taste of it.
Literally taking the piss.
Yeah.
What? Where does it stem from? Why do you guys have such a vicious...
It all started in 1965 when Singapore got its independence from Malaysia. Because we knew we were just that much of a golden shining star in the middle of Southeast Asia.
I heard you got kicked out.
Well, you could say that, but we left. We chose to retire.
Spin it, baby, spin it.
Oh, I'm spinning it like a
Make
baby.
it sound good.
Nice thing about stars, they're giant balls of hot gas, which is what Singapore is.
Whoa.
Yeah, but like giant ball of hot gas, people actually can see us.
Sadness.
This is really saying something since Singapore is like landmass much smaller than Malaysia. But people think Malaysia is a really foresty part of Singapore.
Okay, there goes our KL rankings then.
Yeah, like Malaysia is basically like our nature reserve. That's why we send the wild animals and the balls and the crazy murderers.
Oh,
They're your wild animals. You send them into Johor and they run amok.
No, we send our retirees and slightly rapey people to Johor.
Are you sure those are not just people from Johor? Because it's a thin line.
Depends. Is there like a water test to tell the difference between a Johorian and a Singaporean and a Malaysian?
They kind of blur after a while. It depends on how much substance abuse has been going
no,
on.
see, I understand what's going on, right? Singapore's convinced Malaysia that Johor is actually a part of Malaysia.
Yes.
But Johor is the Australia to Singapore that Australia is to Britain.
The thing about Johor, though, is that they call themselves their own country. They call themselves the nation of Johor.
See?
So we're not even sure how to feel about Johor
Yeah.
at this point.
They're like our Bermuda Triangle.
Right. It's where all national pride goes to disappear.
That's where like the Sultan who really likes Drake is.
Does he really like Drake?
Yeah, he did one of the guys, I don't know, can we talk about sultans as long as it's factual?
Yes.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So basically the Sultan of Johor, he, right after that God's Plan video came out with Drake, and he like went around buying people cars and groceries and stuff in Miami, that video blew up. He basically did the same thing at a grocery store at an Eon in
Oh, right.
Just like,
that's such a good thing he did. Isn't that right, guys? What a great
that's
man.
so
It's lovely.
great.
It's very lovely. I believe that was it wasn't the Sultan himself, but his son, the Crown Prince.
oh, the Crown Prince. That's
Yes.
it. Yeah.
He's also sort of a social media influencer, just a
Dresses
little.
very hip
I
hop.
like him. He's fun. He looks fun.
I like when he shakes hands with giant Hulk gloves. That's nice.
Okay.
As a joke. Yes.
What a great punchline he has. Let's get him down to the open mics, guys.
Speaking of, Sam, you've done comedy in Malaysia plenty. You just did a show last night.
Yes.
You've done comedy pretty much across all of Southeast Asia and beyond. Tell me about, it's not so much a rivalry, but how different is it? Do you have to change your material much from country to country? What's that process like for you?
It's a very simple thing. You just gotta know for the countries you're in what references can and can't work. Like a very good example is that when people come in from the UK, they will keep using. Also, I went down to the Primark the other day, the Marks and Spencers. They might exist, but people don't have the local terms changed to the supermarket or the shopping mall. So keep it simple. And most importantly, the differences between the countries. Singapore is more uptight. I mean, two of you have played in Singapore. You know that our audiences are a little bit more. They don't like to. They're not generous with their laughter.
No, not really.
Yeah.
They really make you work for it.
Yeah, and by Malaysia, they're normally very overflowing with their laughs and their love. Also, in Malaysia, it's a lot easier to get away with a slightly off-color, race-based joke.
This is
compared to
true.
other countries.
This is something I really noticed. Like a lot of my race-based humor works really well with crowds here. But in Singapore, I used it in crickets. And I was like, wait, do you guys not have racism here?
No,
it was
I think-
confusing.
I think for you, it's more of the crowd you're playing to were primarily more Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, when you went, infidels, they were like, oh shit, she might be for real.
So I should wear something skin tight so people can see I'm not wearing a bomb vest.
Skin tight hijab. Do you have one of
Yeah,
those?
I could make one.
Oh.
Yeah. I can buy some elastic. We'll see how it goes.
I think Nike has sport hijabs. I saw them at the mall. The shopping mall.
Isn't it like there's like a swimsuit, like
The burkini!
Burkini,
Yes! Oh my god. I should get
It's
one.
like a frilly scuba suit.
Yeah.
That's the first joke I told when I met Nuha.
And I did not like you. 'Cause it was so bad, Sam. You have to hear this nonsense.
What's the difference between a burqa and a burkini?
I don't know what's the difference between a burger and a bikini.
Water.
See, that was good, right? Oh. Okay, snaps for Sam. Snaps for Sam.
What?
Okay, so that joke that he just told in like 20 seconds flat, the
was like
first
3
time I
minutes to
heard
set
it,
up.
it was 3 minutes of nonsense, just words.
It was
Oh.
really just because Nuha was sitting in the front row. I didn't know she was a comedian or even was looking to do a stand-up. And I just saw her making her just like laser-focused beady eyes at me the whole time I'm trying to tell this joke. And so I'm just super non-confident, just mumbling my way through it until I finally like, Burkini.
Oh, wow. I like how you managed to spin it so it's my
Here's the
fault
thing. Here's
now.
what everyone asks.
You just said your beady little
My
eyes.
beady, I have huge eyes. Okay, I will take a picture and put it on Instagram.
I'll give it to the point here that a lot of people ask, well, how do you get into stand-up? How do you choose to do this? And I think for most people, I've heard this quoted before, you basically see your greats, your heroes, your Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle's, whatever. Oh, I could never be that funny. But then you go to an open mic and you're like, I'm funnier than that guy. I'll give this a shot.
That's
That's
true.
I'm willing to change my origin story. Yeah, I saw him tell the joke and I was like, this shit easy.
Like fucking burkini. Fucking burkini.
So
Edit point.
no worries. Well, yeah, let's so Singapore, very different. Malaysia. What's the just wildly different comedy scene that you found in your travels that just like, wow, nothing I usually know works here. I have to really go out of my box.
Oh, I don't want to brag. It's not really happened to me.
Oh, it hasn't?
Because my style has always been a lot more international. If you notice from my comedy, it's not like, oh, I'm very much a Singaporean comedian or an Asian comedian. My style has been very much, I'm here to appeal to a wider base because that's what Singaporean audiences are. They are a mix of locals and expats, and not just like your traditional expats of British, American, Australian. We've had people in a front row all the way from Slovakia. We've had people in from what's the name? Where did Jackson come from?
Transylvania?
Yeah, Romania. We have a lot of Romanian expats coming to shows.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. So you need to be able to make sure your jokes. You don't have to like cater or pander to a Romanian audience, but you need to be able to write jokes that the Romanians can get. So I think that's the greatest thing about the Singapore comedy scene is that we are forced by nature to write more international bits. Although I think the biggest sort of like shell shock for me was when, this is years ago, I did Taiwan, the Taiwan comedy scene. I was just at a holiday, I popped in to do spots. I was like 2-3 years in, and I told them, oh, I'm an open micer, because that's the rule. You're an open micer until you start getting 20-minute gigs or 30-minute gigs, you're getting paid to do comedy. However, because their scene was so different, the idea of an open micer was someone who had never done comedy before.
Okay.
So there are people who were doing comedy for less than a year, they would give 20 minutes. And because I was an open micer, they gave me 5 minutes. And I just spanked those guys. It was just, and they put the open micers at the end of the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, which was such a weird thing, but that it was me and another guy who had been doing it for 4 years and also said he was an open micer because he knew better than the brand he was a comic. So we both basically in our 10 minutes combined had more laughs than those guys had in the 20 minutes.
That's an interesting dynamic. Sam up in Taiwan does that same thing. He puts the brand newbies. Sam Yard's great show.
This is before Sam Yard's came.
Okay, yeah, but he does a great job, but he does a kind of a speed round at the very end where the new guys come up and they get 3 minutes, and it's just like boom, 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 one after another.
I don't think it's personally for me. I don't think that's the right way to run the show. Because you're going to end on a potential low note.
Well, also, I think part of it is that they have to get out of there before the trains close.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you get bumped as the new guy, no one is really heartbroken.
Yeah.
And then we can still make the trains, because people do go over. I think that's the idea.
But then that's the fault of the professionals, because the seniors should know better than to bump a newcomer. They should be able to keep to their time. Because if you can't keep to their time, they're not a fucking professional.
Well, I still love you, Sam. Yarbs.
Yeah, them guys. Fudging.
Nah, I'm glad. You should keep swearing because he beeps. We should give him some work to do in post-production.
Also, if you keep saying fudge, I'm going to start getting hungry.
Oh, jeez.
You want an eclair?
Nah, I'm good.
Only on the podcast, first few kids.
Rakib, I would love to hear a little bit about your historical rivalries. As we discussed in the last episode, you are 5th generation, something like that?
On my mom's side, I'm 5th generation Pakistani.
You guys have an issue with somebody. Who is that?
Immigration.
Apart from that, no, we now run immigration actually. Yeah. So my family comes from a couple of regions. Some of them come from Lahore, which is right in the middle, but some of them also come from Punjab, and that's right down the middle of the border between India and Pakistan. And that, as you probably know, is one of the age-old rivalries that happen between post-colonial countries.
Yeah, we totally knew that. I saw a movie about it once.
Yeah, and what was the movie about?
Amir Khan, but he was shirtless through most of it, so I don't really remember what happened.
Send me the link.
Oh, damn right I will.
Maldives, Nuhan. Do you guys don't really have any beef with anybody? You guys are pretty...
We are very small. Mm-hmm. We have like 400,000 people. We like everyone and we hope everyone likes us. Please send us money. Thank you.
Do you like Mauritius? Because I hear one of the big issues you
guys
get
so first of all,
a lot.
Mauritius is a shit country. Do not bleep that. And you know what? It's a poor man's Mauritania anyway. Nobody cares.
Oh, that's another place.
Oh, that's a burn on the global scale.
Dear Lord, and I thought my family's conflict was terrible. Jeez. All we did was try and kill each other, but we did it like professionally.
Yeah, and they're just fighting over which country will have the top shop factory, and
Right. Yeah, because we need cashmere sweaters.
Yeah. Do you guys have sports there where you could like play into those rivalries? Or you just like draw a circle and make your hermit crabs fight? Like, how does that work?
How did you know?
What else is it make me funny? Like, coming from you is the most condescending thing. Like, hey, you actually can afford the crabs.
That's because I'm from the U.S. Like, our rivalry is Earth.
This is true. You know what? Actually, for a second, I really thought he thought that we had hermit crab fights. Because with you, I really cannot tell whether you're being serious. You're just too American with your expressions, man.
Watch hermit crab fights?
I have made hermit crabs fight. There is nothing to do there. What would you want me to say? This is what we do. We go down to the beach, we dig up hermit crabs, and we make them fight each other. And
then you get on a ship, you sail the seven seas, and rob from the rich and give to the poor. That was the you people.
Yeah, okay, that sounds cooler. Yeah. That sounds. I want to do that. Yeah, that's what we do.
The Malay side of my family supposedly used to do that.
Pirates? Privateers?
Bandits who would rob from the rich and give to the poor.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You know, I saw you and I immediately thought those are the eyes of a criminal.
Yeah, I'm from Texas, and Texas has kind of a rivalry with the rest of the United States, but none more than the state just above, Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost like a meme before there was memes, right? Like,
wow. I thought that was a musical.
Yeah, well, it is, but University of Texas, like football, Longhorns, famous team in Texas, and they just have this phrase, and you can say anything about it, like, oh, it's 2 o'clock on a Friday, and oh, you still sucks, like at the University of Oklahoma. And it's just like, you can attach it to anything and everything. There's like an oh, you sucks beer, and there's like an old joke about like, why do all the trees in Texas bend to the north? Because Oklahoma sucks.
Oh, jeez.
It's just like this weird thing, and we're always stuck with it.
Oklahoma known for apart from the musical?
It's very, very conservative. It sucks. Yeah,
I don't know. Spell Mississippi. That's such a hot. Spell Oklahoma.
Okay.
No, spell Oklahoma.
Okay. L-A-H-O-M-A?
It's in the musical. Okay, Oklahoma.
No one watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
You're a theater geek, so you don't know how to watch it.
Fair.
It's my dad's favorite musical apart from South Pacific. And I'm like, Dad, you want to tell us something?
Nice.
Because you're like South Pacific. It's like this, like people, like most straight people, are like, I like, Greece.
So it's Hereditary.
Yeah, apparently. But I don't like South Pacific. I think it's a terrible musical.
Okay.
It's cheap.
Aren't there a lot of rivalries in the South Pacific?
Pirates.
Oh yeah.
And episodes of Survivor. That's about it.
I think the Maoris didn't get along with the rest of the South Pacifics, the Polynesians in general.
Did you know that the Maoris are mad at Aquaman?
Really? Why?
Apparently Jason Momoa said that he does the haka to get in the mood and makes him feel all rapey and stuff.
What?
Rapey?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and the Maoris were like, we were poets too. We weren't just warriors. The haka is also about love and appreciation and mourning. It's not just a war cry.
You can do that before you get in the bedroom. Like, hey baby, like that's not anyone.
That's
Speak
kind
for
of hot
yourself.
though.
I do that.
It's kind of hot.
I could definitely do that.
Yeah, you need to up your game, Sam. Yeah.
Sticking your tongue out. Going,
yeah. Like, this is what you're gonna get, baby.
That's hot.
And then maybe the round.
Bring 10 other guys there,
I mean, wouldn't you?
No. There's a cap at 5.
Oh.
I could not.
I want to know why. Let's up the rating of this podcast.
What's that?
I feel judged.
It's one for each appendage.
Damn, Sammy, give me some,
okay.
give me some. Yeah.
Well, I could not think of a word.
Look at you trying to keep this clean, family friendly, trying to get up in those R2 ratings.
Aww.
All right, moving on. So, we couldn't assemble a better panel to be the ultimate authority on all nation rivalries. Okay, so we are going to settle some long-standing debates of which country in these historical nation rivalries. Rakib from the news desk here, he's got a list here for us. And so we're going to discuss which country wins.
Right. First of all, one that often features in the news, Russia versus Ukraine.
Ooh, well, Russia already has won. So this is not really a fight. This is kind
That's
of like
true.
wins the post-mortem.
Not all of
I'm
it.
with Sam on this.
They sort of took over just the stuff on the sea there, right?
Yeah, they're still quarreling over Crimea just a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, Russia can win in a second. We all know that. It's just Russia knows that they can't immediately move. If not, the rest of the world are gonna, get very nervous.
That's true. We can't do anything about Russia per se. Nobody can.
Yeah.
I read something interesting recently, and it might be from a biased American news source or what have you, but it was looking at national GDPs of countries all over the world. Russia's not as big as you think. You think it's like USA, China, Russia, right?
Right.
Russia is behind Italy.
No,
they're like 14.
No, the question is that people try to compare, we have a higher, lower GDP. The thing they look at is the GDP per capita.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm not
Comparatively, I think that's what it was. Like, it's not like Russia, not a bad country, don't get me wrong, but like in terms of like the actual weight and influence that they can have relative to their, it's like they have a lot of social power in the thought of Russia being as big as they are. But in terms of like, if they were a smaller nation with the GDP they have, you'd be like, oh yeah, Russia, neat.
Also, they're just scary.
I think that's part of it.
I think
too.
actually
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Russia is like a Russian. It's about the intimidation, the personality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can imagine a dude with finger tattoos walking into a restaurant and going, "I would like the blini," and you don't say no.
Yeah.
I would like blini made from unicorn tears.
Yeah.
Like ceviche from Fear and Hope.
Yes.
I'm just glad we had ours because it gave us Rocky 4. The most
Right.
Rocky of all time. It's 35% montages, but man, it's just
But the new,
I will break
Rocky
you.
also has like the,
It's basically
I
the
will
sequel,
break.
the
right?
sequel. But this time, because the Cold War technically back.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I need to check it out. I loved Creed, so I want to see that.
So
Drago 2.
I'm going to say that Russia wins because it's Russia.
Yeah.
Right. And also, I'm biased because the first movie I ever saw as a kid was Hunt for Red October.
Ooh, good one.
Nice.
Yes. I have
What was
the.
your childhood? That
My-
was the first film?
My father was in the Naval Reserves, so the way he wanted to bring me up is, I want my son to forever yearn the cozy embrace of a nuclear submarine.
Yeah.
All right, Ukraine, hand in your pierogies. It's over. Russia wins.
Pierogies.
I don't know what they have.
They're-
not important.
They're
Moving
delicious. They're delicious.
on. All right, what's our next roundup? Speed round.
One that is very, very relevant is China and Japan.
China, Japan.
Ooh, at the time of recording, China just recently tested their biggest non-nuclear explosive device. But
Yes.
Japan has probably got the technology to sort it out of the sky with a giant mecha. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You all think that Japan, they probably have mechas. They don't have mechas, but they might have mechas. We
Yeah,
don't know they
you
don't
don't
have
know.
mechas.
I don't know. I mean, they're too polite. After all that nonsense in the Second World War, they've been too nice. I won't trust anyone who's too nice.
Gudetama, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
No, but it's like the whole thing is like you just see a Gudetama and then when the war strikes, like the Gudetama turns around and
Yes.
like it's no longer.
The
See,
shell is just armor.
that's
It was
exactly what's
a
happening.
Gundam at Odaiba.
Yes.
A Gundam that we all think is for show, and like, but what if it's not for show?
Right.
It's not for sure, Omar and Sam. You and I need to join together and help the world open their eyes. Okay, Japan is ready.
I know, pass the blood, please.
Okay, so China versus Japan. We going Japan with mechanized Hello Kitties? Is that what?
Yeah, giant nuclear Hello Kitties.
Yeah.
There's no other
China.
explanation for all
Over.
these fluffy Pokemon every year.
Yeah, China
Okay.
can't really fight because of the new rating Big Brother system. Most of their citizens aren't good enough to be in the army based on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're screwing themselves out of it.
All right,
Okay.
last one. What we got?
We've heard about this in the news quite a lot, and this is my personal favorite. Which Korea is best?
Ooh, South Korea.
South Korea's best.
If South Korea is best Korea.
I'm on the fence here.
What?
Because North Korea, like Singapore, is a democratic state. It's because, like Singapore, we put it in the full title of the nation. The Democratic Republic of North Korea, the Democratic Republic of Singapore.
Oh, I didn't
It's a
even
good
know.
sign if you can tell people we're democratic.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
we also can enter North Korea visa free. as Singaporeans. I can go on a holiday on a whim if I wanted to.
Really?
The Pyramid
Wow.
Hotel looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Also, there was like a burger chain run by a Singaporean there, so I got a hashtag support local talent.
Why don't you open a comedy room at that giant, goofy ass
You know
Pyramid Hotel?
I've been dying to be like the first comedian, and not the last hopefully, to do comedy in North Korea.
Literally dying though.
I guess Rodman doesn't count on that one. He's
I just
give him
get
the host.
Yeah. Your next act has been a captive for 50 days. Please.
Ooh, so good, so good, so good.
Man, I was, it was a wild thing living in KL. I was at the airport when the brother got assassinated. So this is maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah, so Kim Jong-nam, I think his name was. Yeah, he was assassinated through this super bizarre story at the Kuala Lumpur airport. Kate and I my wife and I had just arrived, and I'm like, what are all these police doing here? I don't know, let's go hang out in the lounge, still downstairs. little did we know, like, sarin gas is being sprayed in people's face, and it's just super wild. So
It is.
So I guess the North Korea, Malaysia things were a little tense there for a while.
They were, because they weren't quite allies, but we were very friendly to them. And it was because a lot of our leaders remember a time from the 70s when North Korea was relatively normal.
I see.
Right, and their manufacturing production was actually pretty good. And then South Korea, through over their junta, became economically prosperous, and now they started plummeting as well.
And K-pop.
And K-pop happened, right?
Yeah.
But we still have like fond memory, or our leaders have fond memories of when North Korea was like, okay, so we had no beef with them until this crap happened in the airport. And suddenly we feel like betrayed, like, dude, party foul. Why are you killing people in the airport?
Yeah.
So, South Korea versus North Korea.
I'm
basically
still
K-pop
saying
versus-
South Korea because I watch a lot of Korean dramas and oh wow, their hairless boys be very steamy.
Oh, I've seen North Korean dramas. Oh my goodness.
They have-
The drama seems like it would be very,
There's only
very
one
dramatic.
character, and
Yeah.
each one is the best.
So that's one vote for South, one vote for North. Ricky?
I want to vote North because because hear me out, okay? You know what their supreme leader looks like?
Yeah.
I support them because I know they can make clothes my size.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Which is
mean,
ironic because
hard
the
to
rest of the
hate.
population.
Well, they are doing a good job. I don't think they have plastic straws, and they turn most of the lights off in most of the cities, which is very eco-friendly.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess I'm a big fan of the sustainability aspects. And yeah, I'm going to go North Korea as well. So,
Wow.
North Korea is best Korea.
Wow.
Low carbon footprint and actual footprint.
I mean, we are the country that had the peace talk between North Korea and America.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay. If you guys want to talk about rivalries, let's talk about the fact that you guys disagree with me and I'm the only woman at this table and the misogyny in this room is just stifling. Okay.
The openly gay man in a Muslim country.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying that. I'm saying it.
What rights you have? You can marry. Oh, how sweet. How posh of you.
Wow.
Come on.
You're so flammable. How did this happen?
No.
It's so
It's
warm.
the layers. It's the layers of clothing. Okay.
I see.
I think that's going to wrap us up there. We've really figured out who is the dominant players on the world scale. So thank you guys very much. Sam, I'm going to leave it to you, man. What do you have coming up? You've always got great shows.
I mean, I have a bunch of shows. If you want to find out my shows, you can go to the website Mr. Sam C. That's MrSamSee.com, or find me on Instagram and Twitter with the handle Mr. Sam C, or on Facebook as SAMSEE. Please stop looking for me on my actual profile page. I'm tired of random strangers adding me as a friend, and I'm awkward about it.
Yeah, you actually changed your name to
Actually,
your...
no, don't
what
say
is
Don't
it?
say
It's,
that. Don't say it. Seriously.
No.
Trying to get us
It's
sued by a
Chinese.
Singaporean.
So try to say it, Aaron. I am probably trying to pronounce my Chinese name.
Hey, actually,
Come on.
Sam, I'm really interested. Actually, what's the new thing you're gonna do this year? Like, I don't want to ask resolution, but what are you looking forward
I'm going to
to?
the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year. I'm
That's so
going to die.
cool.
I'm there to lose my money and lose it all in 1 month.
Probably
Are you
your
doing a
mind,
show?
I'm doing a show. I'm doing my own hour called Out Loud. There.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I really wanted to call it some homosexual content, but I realized it's going to be a bit hard to sell the show in Asia. So just Out Loud seems a lot cooler.
That's
Very
really
clever.
cool.
Good subtext.
That's so cool. I'm so glad I asked, Sam. That's amazing. I'm so happy.
And what are you gonna do with your new comedy year? You going planning anything?
Well, I am going to be opening for Shazia Mirza in Bangkok
Oh my
in
goodness.
January. Thank you. January 26th. If anyone from Bangkok is listening, please come by and see me. I guess that's about it. You guys?
Rakib, you got anything?
Yeah, apart from me regularly being at the Crack House doing open mics, I also help run a room called The Laughing Gas in Subang.
Exciting.
We're going to be opening for the first time this year at the Level 9 neighborhood bar
He's looking at his phone to try to
at SS15.
You're a good showrunner, Rakib. You're a good showrunner.
I just woke up, dude.
Awesome.
It's an
I'm
SS15.
excited for that. Laughing
Yes,
Gas
yes,
return.
yes,
You guys
yes.
do a great job in that room.
Thank you.
And since you don't have to look at your phone, a nice thing that you could use is comedyloxa.com.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes.
What's
Say
comedylexa.com?
more.
Getting worse every week. comedyloxa.com. It is a website with
Wow!
We're running over time, guys. It's a website with all of these shows, open mics, improv going on in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Labuan, Penang, and Singapore.
Represents.
Sam, great job, being a huge help getting all the Singapore shows on there. But if you want to try comedy, find an open mic. You want to see some great seasoned talent give you some very, very funny jokes, you'll find that on there too. So comedyloxa.com.
.com.
All right, that's going to wrap up this episode of Impats. Very, very much thanks to our special guest, Sam C.,
Hey.
to our panelists, Rakib, Nuha.
Yay.
Yo.
This is your host, Aaron, and we will catch you next time on Impats.
Harmonize it again.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.